All right, guys. So I just wanted to talk to the audience, or if anyone's listening, about fasting and what some benefits and what I've gathered, my knowledge, my current state of knowledge on fasting is. And specifically, what I've been doing is intermittent or time restricted eating. So what this basically is choosing a set amount of hours a day where you don't eat, a set amount of hours a day where you do eat, and cycling that through every day. So what I've been doing is 18/6, and that's a little bit more difficult than anything less than that, but not as difficult as 24. So if you do 18/6, you could probably get in about 2 good solid meals with an empty stomach, and that's typically what I do to watch my calories. So what are some benefits of fasting? So what I've learned or what I've gathered is it improves mitochondrial function. It helps reduce growth factors, so that would promote longevity, I would assume. And also, it is seemingly, what I've gathered, a natural way of flushing your body out of anything. Not flushing your body, but a natural way of resetting your body into a mindset that you would have had 50,000 years ago. If you're doing things on an empty stomach, you're essentially trying to catch food or gather herbs on an empty stomach so that you can eat. So if you're trying to get things done on an empty stomach, I would imagine your body would work better, just because that is how you have evolved. And there's some truth to this. Even the Liver King said some things about this. The simulated successful hunt, and the guy's a little crazy, but he had some sense in there. Like if you're doing things on an empty stomach, your body is using the energy you've stored, and the more you're using those energy systems on a daily basis, the more your body is going to be efficient at using those energy systems. The more you use the muscle, the stronger it's going to be. The better you're going to be able to flex it under tension. It's just common sense. Now, I'm not trying to shill you for fasting, and you don't have to fast. I don't suggest it for everyone. It's not for everyone. Or not eating a large portion of the day isn't easy, but there are benefits, and that sort of is what gets you through it once you realize that there are benefits for doing it. Now, if you're trying to gain mass, I wouldn't suggest it. Trying to gain muscle mass, it's not a good nutrition or diet plan. But if you're trying to optimize your body, I would certainly suggest some sort of fasting, whether it be a periodic fast of every month, every couple months, every quarterly, or every year. A 7-day fast every year, something like that. That would have benefits to your body. But you could also do intermittent fasting if you're after the caloric deficit or surplus benefits. So this is just something I've gathered. I haven't heard this anywhere else, but if you're fasting, let's say, every hour of the day that is nighttime, and you're only eating during hours of the day that is daytime, I'm going to assume, just from this is anecdotal evidence. There's nothing scientific behind this, but if you're eating for those 13 or 12 hours a day, every 2 hours, every 3 hours, you're going to gain weight. It's just that simple. When you're eating when the sun is out, your body is storing energy. That's what's going on. Now, when you're eating for only, let's say, 4 hours of the day, at the start of the day or at the end of the day, the majority of the day you're in a fasted state, and your body is telling your body, your mind is telling your body to go out and get food. It's creating those pathways where you have to go and work for your food. But if you have abundant food, you're going to gain weight. So simply said, adjust or taper the amount of time that you're eating in a day to how much you want to gain or lose weight. And it's important to note, if you're not eating in the last 2 hours of the day, you're going to have hormone boosts when you're sleeping, like growth hormone, insulin growth factor, even testosterone. You're going to have increased amounts of those hormones in your blood when you're sleeping. You could also go as far as to say, as if you're increasing your fluid intake or your water intake in the morning, you're going to increase those hormones. So it's a careful game to play. I mean, fasting's not for everyone, but those are my thoughts, and this is part one of many on the benefits and outlook on fasting. Thanks for listening.